You're listening to the Unmitigated podcast, the podcast that brings to light the hidden risks business owners and entrepreneurs take every day that may not be covered by traditional insurance. Here's your host, Van Carlson.
Hello, Van Carlson. Thanks for joining us at Unmitigated podcast. I don't know how many we're into this, but we've got a special guest, Joe Davis, joining us today. He's our head of technology director.
Yeah.
Is that your official title at SRA?
That is my official title, as well as AI champion.
Yes. And AI is what we're going to be talking about today. If you guys don't know, that stands for artificial intelligence. So I'm just making that clear right now to you. But yeah, so, I asked Joe, actually, I think I asked you to become the champion of our company of AI. Or did you just volunteer?
I think I might have volunteered.
Yeah, well, it made sense. I was hoping.
Well, that's what ChatGPT told me to do.
I was either subconsciously hoping Joe would take the reins and run with this when it comes to AI. But, when I first heard about AI, like every other business owner out there, one more thing on the one more log on the fire kind of thing, and so we've done some things at SRA with AI, and for me it's fun to play with. I've done some cool things with it. It's helped me solve. I feel like I'm a part-time mechanic now, which is dangerous, really dangerous. But
yeah. You can learn how to bypass a whole system,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. How to hotwire a piece of farm equipment. Joe, that's background stuff. But Joe, so let's talk about a little bit about your background before we dive too much more into AI. But I just want to kind of let the listeners know a little bit about what you've done and where you're going and all that good stuff.
So I have a project management background and also now risk management background. And so AI is actually great because it's great for innovation, and then you want to use like a project management approach, typically to make sure that you're doing it right.
Yeah.
And that there's guardrails. And also with risk, it can also introduce a lot of risk, But it can also, there's opportunities there.
Yeah.
So the risk is if you don't use it, your competitors are going to be using it. So the risk is like, you could build something that could break, or you could just not try to build anything and not get used to using AI at all, and then there's a risk there as well.
Yeah, exactly. So, I think that's just talking with business owners. We just finished up 25, going into 26, and talking with business owners. It's just interesting hearing what they're saying about artificial intelligence, the AI concept, where they need to move it, and of course, obviously, the biggest adapters will be large companies first and foremost, and it'll probably trickle down to more of our clients. What is, there's some hesitation about moving forward in it. There's some scary statistics out there that business owners aren't moving fast enough with AI relative to bigger companies that are. What do you think of some of the reservations business owners have about it?
Well, if you're in a successful business and you're a successful business owner and you don't use technology a lot in your business, then you're probably like, why would I ever do anything with this stuff?
Yeah.
But then you're probably like, you're also wondering like, well, am I missing out by sitting on the sidelines of this? Because it's a huge, revolutionary thing. It's like cell phones or the internet. It's like,
it's not level, if not more, right?
Yeah, it's not going to go away. Like the adoption of ChatGPT was like the fastest adoption of anything in human history in terms of technology. So
and use, right?
Yeah.
Immediately.
People just, now everybody uses it. So it's definitely intimidating, I think, for people, because they may be really successful, but they may be like, I just don't even know how I would begin to use it, even for myself. But it's just like, you just have to kind of start using it in order to get, and then you can understand more about how you could use it in your business. So,
the one thing I would, to your point about, risk reward, right? Measuring risk against the reward, and why do this and why take the risk. A couple things you brought to my attention was the risk you do take to bring it into your company, right? Because you're bringing in a new software, you're bringing in new potential exposures to cyber, all that good stuff. That's another thing too. And I think the other thing we've heard a lot about, we got into is putting a policy together inside your business and how AI is supposed to be utilized. And you know, again, if business owners are hearing this, they're probably like, why am I, again, going down another road. But these are, I think the best thing is the guardrails, right? Like how to properly use AI within your company. I mean, this becomes another leg inside your company that needs to be addressed, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, basically you have internet policies, you know. I was just thinking about this. Like, we work with a IT provider for Fisher's Tech.
Yeah.
We work with them, and they help us with our hardware and our internet protocols and whatnot like that in our networks. And there's basic measures they have in place to keep it safe. And it's the same kind of thing with AI. Is like you want to have guardrails, like you said, in place so that you're not like spitting data out into the learning models. You know, they have enough data. You don't need to give them your customers' data. You know, don't feel bad. You know, ChatGPT will be fine if you don't share your data with the model. But I mean, that's why it's like if you're gonna do it with your company, you have to like have some type of governance and policies in place and buy the plan so you can actually use the features to control how the data is used. So I mean, you can experiment, you know, on your own with your phone and like, you know, but if you do it with your company, you should buy the AI tool that you're going to use.
The enterprise level, right? Where
or at least a pro plan where you basically can set up privacy and stuff like that for everybody that's going to use your paid plan. I mean, that's what we've done with all of the AI tools that we use.
Sure.
Basically make sure that we're not oversharing data. And the nice thing about using a big trusted platform like that is you don't have to build it and maintain it, and then they're on the hook for a lot of the privacy and data security concerns.
Right. And we've tried to do that everywhere we could, right? So,
yeah.
Mitigating risk.
Definitely.
The other thing about AI with business owners is, again, if they're not heavily technology, which is a great point, but most of it's, you know, wash and rinse and repeat things. I mean, would you not say AI is probably most adaptable in those types of situations?
Yeah, I mean, right now, I think for most businesses that are just getting started with AI, it's like just look for repetitive tasks. You know, if you're it just depends on what type of business you're in. Now, if you're like in a medical profession, or if you're a law firm, you might have a very specific thing that you want to do with AI, and you might want to buy and enhance a tool for contract reviews or something like that. But if you're like if you're just like trying to get your day back, you know, you should be using AI to record your meetings, send you the transcripts, help you, you know, peel through emails and write responses and stuff like that, so you can actually get on with your day. Or like it's a great delegation tool. I mean, there's ways, you know, a lot of people know what they do, but they don't have time to explain it in a way that's meaningful to where they can actually let somebody else help them with everything they need to do. And I found that to be a great thing. I mean, it's huge.
I think for companies that have safety procedures, documented, I mean, all the things that it can help you build out. We were just talking,
there's stuff you know you should do, but it's like tedious.
Oh yeah, or updating an employee handbook.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, to run that through chat, I mean, that's probably the best employee handbook you're ever going to get. You know what I mean? Because this gathers all the changes, everything that's going on, and inputs it in. And of course, you're always going to have to. You are the final judge of the document that it's creating, obviously.
But exactly. You don't want to have it totally right and publish your employee handbook.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, let it compose the email, but you got to read it before you send it. That's totally. I think that's funny too.
It's been great for me on a lot of different ways, and of course, it's becoming the big new search engine, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way it's going. It seems like that's where it's adopting first. Is Google, not so much Google, even with Google with Gemini.
Yeah,
it's not bad. I mean, it's good. It's I like the continuous questions that chat gives you and it retains your library. I don't know if Google's maybe they're doing that. I suppose if you had Gemini as your primary, you would have a library built out with them too.
Yeah, I mean, basically we use a lot of project-based stuff with ChatGPT, and you can do that in Copilot now, and you can do that with Gemini and Claude and all the other ones. So it just that's one of the benefits of really getting into it and using it is you can start to save your conversations in the projects and come back to it.
Oh yeah.
And
if you were, starting out, like a business owner, right? It's just been hesitant. This is okay. Where do I? And a lot of the hesitation is like, I don't know where to start, right? I mean, that would be where do you think business owners, at its most elementary level, should start looking at it first to start to deploy inside their business?
Well, it's kind of counterintuitive, but I think there's two ways that I would suggest. One is to be selfish and pick something that they actually really like to do that has nothing to do with their business per se, and use ChatGPT to kind of have a conversation with it to learn more about it and see how you could if it's working out or traveling or cooking or fishing or hunting or whatever, just start using it to kind of learn more. So curiosity is kind of the gateway to getting into it. And then for work, it's just pick something that you hate doing. I really hate having to write recaps of meetings, or I hate having to come up with
applying tasks to myself.
Yeah, or I don't want to read these 30 emails, but I want to know what they're about. So so there's definitely if it's something repetitive and tedious that you or one of your employees is doing, and I'm sure there are plenty of those things available once you start looking around. Then you can use it to make small little victories. You don't have to do a moonshot or something huge. It's not like the year of AI where we're going to have 50 AI agents and we're not even going to have to work on Thursdays or Fridays. No, no.
That's a big one too, right? The other thing I thought was interesting when we first got going down this road was the prompting.
Oh yeah.
Right? The crafting of, but it's very similar to what you had to do in searches, right? With Google. I mean, maybe
it's exactly the same. It's
right?
you would refine your search.
You don't want to do a search with one word.
I want an Arby's by me. No.
Yeah, exactly.
Or I need this size of shoe and I want to go to this store. It'll start to work better. But prompting that's a whole thing too, because you can send in if I know what I want to do, I may type for 30 minutes before I ever hit enter, because I'm giving it all the context that it needs. This is who I am. This is the audience. This is what I want to do. Don't do this. Search for the most current information. All this stuff that you can put into your prompt, and then you can also save those prompts, and that's where you get a true,
and
repeatable.
It's a skill that you will continue to work on. It feels like, because I get better at it and how to ask it certain and dial down that search so much tighter than.
Oh yeah.
I mean, what was the statistic? I think on Google, I think nobody went past the third page, and if they got to the second page, they're really interested in the subject, right? I mean,
yeah.
But nobody, meanwhile, you got 20,000 pages down on the bottom. You're like, okay, this ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
But AI's taking all that and consolidating that for you, and that
people
to me
would
is
spend
the
money
power
to try to get higher in the search results. I mean, that was that was a big. I mean, it's still going on, but that was the big way. So I kind of wonder what's going to happen with SEO and all of that. People spending to get higher in the search results.
It will be interesting.
There's actually ways now that you have to do it for if you want to optimize your website so that it's referenced more reliably and quicker by AI.
Oh, so there's going to be
it's the new way. It's the new way to optimize your
maybe part
online
of the
presence.
monetizing that's going to be going on and down the road once they figure that piece out.
I've heard some stuff about that.
Yeah,
so
sure.
It's a new way to get people to pay to be better.
Yeah,
but you have to. So
no, hey, and I do think it's going to be a huge impact, right? I mean, this thing's not going away.
No, plus it's really, it's great. It's fun. I mean, ideally it makes you enjoy your job more, or running your company more. You enjoy it. You know?
That's again coming from a business owner standpoint. It's weird to hear that because man, I can remember a day when I first started the insurance business. I had a Polaroid, and I used to clip pictures and staple them to an application and mail them to Pocatello, Idaho. That was how we insured homes. And I always was able to trick how that roof looked. I got really good at that. I could make a house, or maybe take that picture of that roof. And but
so is Polaroid not disposable cameras? It was Polaroid?
Yeah,
because you had to get it there
right
then.
Yeah, they reimbursed me $1 a picture.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah. But that's when you had to go out and inspect your own home. Now I got drones flying over these things, right? So, you can't hide from this stuff. The technology advances we've all had in all of our industries. Insurance obviously is the one, but all of them, it's harder to hide, right? I mean, you can't. You just Yeah, it's technology.
I mean, if you're like an HVAC or a mechanic and you're wearing like AI enhanced glasses, I could see like within a year or so, it's like, you got a field service management program that comes with like glasses that tie into it. So you can look at something like an HVAC thing, and it'll produce a quote like
you're
right
bringing
for
me
you.
back to my point. Is some of these things were kind of nuisance to us as business owners, meaning that okay, yeah, we could do more, but now I got 1,000 emails in my email. I got my phone I'm always married to.
Yeah.
I got this darn watch that will tell me when somebody texts me. Right?
My blood pressure just went up. Thanks.
Yeah, right. And some of it can be over, but I do think the thing that maybe business owners or anybody's not looking at if they're hesitant to jump into AI is this, to me, does feel like it calms a lot of that stuff down to your point about, okay, I got a lot to do and I got a lot to, but man, you're getting rid of this little, and so to me, it took all this stuff to get to where we're at, right? And now we're doing a lot. We are probably more than we've ever done in the history of mankind when it just comes to within what we can get done, and just because of the amount of information and everything that's been literally at our fingertips. Now that AI can actually go into that information, compile it, and bring it back to you, I don't know if there's been a bigger technology, It's made it more accessible and maybe more precise than what we did from a technology standpoint. But I'm starting to see AI being the first time that actually can prove the quality of your life, not burden it so much sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, email is great, but like you said, it's like
we all loved it in the beginning, right? But now it's like, I hate email.
Yeah, I mean. And I mean, honestly, it's like as technology director, I have to, do an audit of all our software. We have a lot of software.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is like AI, you can buy it in addition to, you can, add it for your Zoom plan or whatever, your Microsoft plan or Google. A lot of those are kind of building it in now. But it's definitely like, there's so much technology out there. I mean, I'm on some AI newsletters and like every day there's like,
oh, I bet
30 new tools that I should be checking out and researching.
Yeah,
it's like it's fatiguing after a while. But then again, it's like when I have to do something else, it's exciting because it's like I would hate to like do certain research, and now I'm just like, oh, this is great. I can get it done so much quicker. I can actually think about what happened in the meeting versus like dreading have to like trying to write meeting notes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'll never forget the first time we had AI on Zoom, and it was an attorney call. And it shoots out all these.
Oh, yeah.
I
remember that.
And my attorney calls up and goes, I don't know who did these notes, but we got client privilege. What were you? Who wrote these, and why did they make them public? Because we had it on automatic.
Yeah,
and of course we shut that down shortly after that.
Yeah, I know where the setting is.
Because he didn't even know it was possible, and he gets this email. He's like, I don't know who took all these notes, but it was pretty funny. But. Anyway.
And again, that's like the stuff you want to make sure you set up is the governance and like policies and stuff like that.
Speaks to that, right?
Yeah.
Like who you talking to? Yeah. No, so the thing about, we started off calling you the champion of AI. Can you explain to business owners what the listeners, like what is, if you've got that title inside your company, what do you, how do you define that?
Well, for me, it just means like AI is the flavor of the day, and if you have a champion, you might actually keep using it effectively for more than just a few days. Because if you don't have somebody that's going to stick with it and champion it throughout the ups and downs, then you might just get when you abandon an initiative, you still spent the money to give up. It's like. So I just think it's just a great way to say, like, no, we're going to keep using it. We're going to, make small steps. We're going to have somebody that's going to talk to our employees and find out how they're using it, make sure they're using it the right way, if possible. I don't want to like stand over somebody's like, are you using ChatGPT to, look at whatever? But I mean, you still do want to have guardrails in place about what information they can share with the model and stuff like that. And I think it's just a great way for an organization to say we're going to persist in a positive way, because we're going to champion this effort, because it is kind of a new and a scary thing, and it's nebulous because AI is like it's in everything we use. It's in our phone. It's in Excel. It's like, so you kind of have to have like a position outside of anything else that addresses it in terms of your company.
It's funny looking back when I can remember when going from that paper app to the computer in the insurance world, right? And it didn't seem like there was a choice, right? I mean, this is the way we're doing it, period. No more paper apps. I'm not giving you $1 for your Polaroid anymore.
No more faxing in applications.
Yeah, all that.
No more driving by Kinko's to send it in. You're gonna type it into the web form, and then we're gonna get it.
Yeah. It's interesting with AI that you do need a champion like that, because it's either you don't adapt to it, you just ignore it and hope it goes away, or just seem, hey, I'm going to sell my business in 3 years, so I don't need to do any of this stuff, so I'm not going to worry about it. Because it's not at least not yet. Nobody's being forced to say, here's the channel you got to use, and this is the only channel you're going to have.
Yeah.
Right. So it is unique to the business world a little bit, because it was this or no other way, right? I mean, we all got forced, even as consumers, we got forced into technology, and we didn't have an option. This, you do have a little bit of an option, at least for the time being, I suppose, but it is kind of unique, I suppose, from that standpoint, as far as adopt or don't adopt.
Yeah, it's weird, too, because it's like it's been around.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Netflix is always telling us what we want to watch, or Amazon what we want to buy. But now that everybody has it like on their phones and they're kind of using it, and even when you do search with Google, it's AI enhanced now. Gemini's informing the results and giving you like an AI overview. So, I mean, it's everywhere. And I've noticed in the last year, like a lot of the software that we rely on, they've done a better job of introducing AI in meaningful ways. So you can basically, you might have to upgrade your plan, but you get access to safe AI, which is kind of what I wanted to bring up, is like, I think if you're a business that's getting into it, I wouldn't build your own. Like you may have like a really great tech guy, and you're like, I'll build us something out of the box. But like, what happens when that person leaves? Because the next 5 years is going to be a wild ride. I mean, who knows who's going to be left standing? I bet Microsoft will be around.
Yeah.
And I bet Google will be around.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, OpenAI, I think they will be around, but in what way?
Yeah, 100%. Is it a bolt-on, or is it a standalone company?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I think that's definitely the new frontier right now.
Yeah.
And that's probably one of the hesitations, again, why business, you never want to be the first one there. I get that. That can be expensive. But being the last one there can be more expensive. And that's one thing I would just say, if you're listening to this podcast, that, I think, and hey, man, I am not an adopter of technology. I'll be the last one to, but I knew early on, I've been to enough meetings and enough leadership meetings where, okay, we've got to start to go now, or we're going to be left behind so quickly that our competition and more importantly, just our cost ratio and personnel wise, right? I mean, if we can't, and hey, and you said it earlier, making your job more pleasurable. I mean, that's huge for us, right? We want to create a great culture in your company, and if it's a menial task, it can be handled where I can get to the critical thinking, because we need critical thinking in our company.
Yeah, people are worried about like losing their job. It's like, well, if you just do a task, then you might need to brush up on your critical thinking skills, because again, there's a lot of stuff that you can't just rely on being able to haul a job in the next few years if it's just like a task. But if you're a thinking person and you're willing to learn stuff and you like that, then there's always a place for that. And it's going to be better to be able to do that because we have better assistance.
Well, look at the analytics you're going to be able to draw from. And analytics, okay, you can read but how do you pull what's important to us out of analytics? I don't know if AI can. I mean, that's some really good prompting, right? I mean, so it still takes a human eyes to look at stuff. I mean, it's relative information, and I do think AI is going to be able to drive home so many more analytics in any company. Make things more predictable for you through modeling. I think, to me, is the most exciting part of what we're doing at SRA. Quite honestly, is making us better predictable of a company, of our growth, who our target market clients are, who all the things that we're doing in the back room with analytics, and that's a software, but it's a form of AI because it's repetitive and the nice thing is either it's wrong all the time or it's 100% right all the time, right? That's what I like about software. You just hope you get
It
it
works
right.
fine on my machine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's what I always say whenever anybody asks for help. I'm like, it's working great over here. I'm just kidding. No, I'm nice.
That's funny. But no, I hope this was helpful for you guys a little bit that been kicking AI around a little bit. I think we're just in the beginning of this thing, obviously, and it's not going anywhere. And, I'm calling it the golden age of AI. We'll see 20 years from now great. I'm glad it was introduced to us, but I'm not too worried about
We'll have
that.
robots carrying us around.
Well, I think it needs to be said that any technology, any revolution of technology that's been a daily impact into our human lives, like internet, like having your computer in your home and in your cell phone, there's been more upside than downside. There's been more jobs created. There's just statistically speaking, that's what happened. So I think there's a lot of good things still. I think I'm very optimistic about AI.
Yeah, I am as well. I think there'll be a lot of great things that come out of it for people. I think they're actually going to enjoy their jobs more, which sounds weird because, a job is not supposed to be fun, but, it is more enjoyable.
And if we can go down to a if you're getting your work done and the things AI is helping you with it, all the better. If you don't, you don't have to be a slave to your job. I mean, I'm all about it.
And you can run leaner. You don't have to have as many people, and they can enjoy their jobs more. So it's great for small to medium-sized businesses. Really. It's amazing.
Absolutely.
So,
hey, thanks for joining us on this Unmitigated podcast. If you guys need, or if you have any questions for us, we're here at SRA. Reach out to us. Appreciate you guys listening. Thanks, Joe.
thank you.